So, I'd like to welcome you, myself, to my Funny Little Critters YouTube account. This is my first, of course, YouTube video. As you can tell, there's nothing else on my account so far. And it's the oldest video if you're here from later on down the line. I am the person behind Funny Little Critters, and I'm mostly going to post behind the scenes videos on here and some draw with me's and things like that. And it's mostly for you to get to know me. And you will have way too much time to sit and draw with me while I yap about me, my animals, or my company. So, first, let's talk about the crew. I know everyone's wondering who is behind Funny Little Critters. It's just me. I create the art, I post it, I come up with inspiration, I'm now animating stuff, I'm video editing, I'm creating thumbnails, I'm photoshopping things for my website, I'm designing my website, and I'm researching, and I'm watching other videos just like this one. For this account, you will join me for whatever I get up to, from drawing things to, I guess, packing orders, complaining about things that I don't know how it works, and I figured out how it works because I think that's what everyone else does, and I'm gonna go with the status quo. And a lot of the times, it's gonna be a lot of random stuff because I forget to record myself, and I keep running into this problem because I've been putting this video off because I keep doing this, and I keep forgetting to record things or forgetting to record half of this. So, for this video, spoiler ahead, I forget to record the finished product. So, you'll see it in the front title page, and if you want to see it, go to my Instagram or go to my website, and you'll find the print there at July 28th, and we'll see how long it takes for me to post this, and I'm hoping it's only a few days from when I actually recorded this, but we'll see. Yeah. So I do have people around me who kind of help here and there, and it's not a lot of help. It's just maybe emotional support, advice, or doing small, menial tasks like helping me around my cricket or helping me man up my photography little area, or like things like that. It's mostly my partner and my mom and my close friends, and it's not very often that I do ask for help because I am awful at working with other people, and that kind of makes sense why I'm pursuing what I'm pursuing, for other reasons too, but it's one of the many reasons. I am awful with people, but I'll go into that later. So, I hate recording too. So the reason why I am starting to do this is because my partner kind of encouraged me to do it, that I will create a community behind the things that I like and support the goal behind Funny Little Critters, which is kind of to bring awareness to all of the funny little critters. May it be that they're extinct, or I just find them cute, or maybe it's your favorite animal and I just so happened to make something of it, and maybe not everyone likes your animal that you do. Or just bring light to a silly animal that I enjoy. There's doesn't have to be that much behind it. Sometimes I can just like the things that I like. I consider, as well, my dog and my rabbits to be my employees. So I also do have 3 employees. I have one dog. His name is Oliver. He is about a year old. Well, he'll be a year old in March. So he's still a baby. He is a golden retriever, and he's about 80 pounds. So he's a big boy, and he is my comic relief. That is his job. Is he is supposed to be my comic relief, and he does nothing but bring me more stress. To be honest, you will probably see me post pictures of him, videos of him being stupid because he's not the brightest crayon on the crayon shed. I know that's wrong, but anyways, he is very cute and very fluffy, and he's entertaining to have, and I just like showing off my dog. He, yeah, I also have two rabbits. They pretty much do the same things. They are just a little more messy and more quiet, so they don't make all the silly noises, but they do make noises of running around and getting into trash. Like, I mean, mostly like wrappers from the food I'm eating that's still on my desk because, fun fact, rabbits jump really, really high, and if they want it, they will have it. Anyone who has a rabbit will agree with me on that. As you can tell, I'm kind of an animal lover, and to be honest, my rabbits are the reason that my idea did come where it did, is because, to be honest, when I first got my rabbits, I started having rabbits in, I think, 2017? I'm not sure. I have no track of time. I just remember I got out of high school last year. Almost exactly. So, yeah. My I've had many rabbits over the years, because rabbits are kind of sickly animals, and they are viewed as food animals, but they've been domesticated over the years, and they're not always food animals. And I've noticed that a lot of people didn't like have my rabbits or things like that, but they've become a lot popular, like a lot more popular over the past couple of years. I've jumped into the boat without realizing I jumped onto the boat, and I know a lot of people have had them growing up, but it hurt my feelings a lot because I love my animals. And I would go to like stores and stuff, and mostly pet stores, I'll admit it, and there wouldn't be really anything for my rabbits, while dogs had so many different things that they could play with, eat, or do. Okay, cats, the same thing, the same 9 yards. But people don't understand rabbits. Like, they give you at the store literally toys that are poisonous to them. Like, I'm not joking. Like, fun fact about rabbits is the willow tree is like a weird aspirin type of thing, and rabbits can eat apples, tree like sticks and stuff, and they like chewing on stuff because their teeth are continuously growing. And the willow bark in the willow tree is not good for them to eat, but you can't really find as much apple anymore. You just find the stupid willow trees. There's also salt licks, which rabbits don't need, and encourage. They have small cages for rabbits, where rabbits actually require a lot of room and space to live a happy and healthy life, so they're not obese. Like, you wouldn't lock a cat inside of a cage built for a rabbit. And rabbits are pretty much just cats and dogs mixed together. They're really weird animals. So, it kind of hurt my feelings. And also, I just wanted someone to not feel the way I do. And I know that it's going to happen, and I haven't made every single animal. But I want to feel that some people at least have the opportunity to have maybe their favorite animal or an animal that they enjoy to just randomly be on this account, and people be like, "Oh, yeah." I know that I don't do domestic animals yet. I do plan on doing them eventually, but I started with the wild animals because, to be honest, having domesticated animal like versions is a lot harder, and I have really bad anxiety, and I overthink this company a lot, and it's a little bit of a problem, but it's nice for me to be able to work through. But I wanted to have every single variation that I could of everyone's animals. But I don't think I am in the place to do that right now because I started this with, I think, 4 dinosaur designs because I like dinosaurs, and as you can tell, my little icon persona is a brontosaurus. And I had a version of all of my dinosaur designs in every single color possible. And in my design class, it made my teacher so mad. Like, she wouldn't admit that she was like mad about it, but I was using so much of the like sticker paper and ink to make all of these dinosaur stickers that maybe some people didn't like some of the colors, but some people wanted that random shade of pink or that random shade of green. And then it made me smile because people liked my things, and they'd smile and they'd giggle and be like, "Oh my god, silly dinosaur, and it's in my favorite color." And that's kind of where I started here. And from there, I've kind of come to terms with I don't think I can give everyone what exactly they want. And that's hard for me to say with people with animals because I know that a lot of animal species all look the same, but some have different patternings and stuff. And I know that eventually I'll get there, but right now I'm gonna focus on the wild animals, which a lot of them have a lot of different like things with them. And I know a lot of them are pretty similar, and I've been trying to figure out which ones I want to do and have the variants of which ones I want to have the variants of, or if I want to start with a big section of the animals and just have a big clump to start out with and then eventually go into the like smaller species of things. And you can kind of see how I'm doing that with how I have them so far with a random sea lion, a kiwi, I have a river otter, a capybara, a mud skipper. There are 2 sea slugs that they're part of the different families inside of sea slugs. So that's pretty good though. I have a veiled chameleon that is coming out recently, and my newest upload, like not upload, my newest release, which will hopefully be out around like February 1st, is of butterflies. And that one I decided I was going to do a big collection of many of the same kind of animal. And I know like there's a couple of sea animals, coastal animals, and there's 2 sea slugs. But I wanted something that was pretty much the same, kind of, but a little bit of a variant. So I have those coming out. And there's going to be all kinds of different animals going forward too. So I wanted some that I could like launch as a collection. I have a huge, it's not huge really. It's a decent sized like Word doc that's coming together with all the animals that I want to do. And I also have to gather information behind the animals so I can be at least a decent amount of versed in it because I did not have a biology degree and I didn't grow up studying animals. So I am researching these on my spare time while I'm drawing them and doing all of these other things. So bear with me if I don't have your favorite animal yet. There is on my about part in my website, you can post in there and request a specific animal that you like, and I can add it to my doc. But I have about 25 new animals that I plan on working on after all of the moths and stuff are released, but I mostly just post things one at a time. So I don't really need a bulk release. So feel free to do that if you have a specific animal that you like. Like one of my favorite animals is the mud skipper, the kiwi, the capybara, and the seal. So I I feel free. I just love bringing smiles to people's faces, and any lesser known animal, feel free to mention it. Besides if it's like the sea bunny variants, or if there's thousands and thousands of variants, that stresses me out because the sea bunnies have like color off variants, which I plan on adding eventually, where it's like an option in like the store because I have them in stickers right now, and that's where I'm focused. And I can't do anything really with the keychains, and that's my problem with the variants, is my stickers are easy to make because I make them at home, but I don't have the tools to make keychains at home or other products like that, so I have to be picky and choosy with what the animals look like and what variants I choose to do. So, yeah. During this, I've also realized that there are so many subspecies to animals that we didn't realize that they're subspecies to. Because, fun fact, capybaras have 2 different species. There's like one that's bigger than the other, but there's still 2. Okay, harbor seals, of course, like it's a harbor seal, but there's so many different seals. There's a lot of like American puffins. I have an American puffin design. Different chameleons. That's why it's the veiled chameleon. There's different mud skippers, okay? That's why I have the common mud skipper, because there's a lot of different mud skippers. There's 2 different otter species that I remember off the top of my head. There is one platypus species. There is one. So, yeah, to be honest, there's just a lot of different variants of other animals, and I've had to learn that I need to look more into it before I post a big collection, so it's not like one cover animal, because what if someone likes that certain one? But I will set this boundary. This is going to sound terrible, but I really don't want to do a sloth. My mom's favorite animal, one of the like many that she has, there's like 4, is a sloth, and I tried to draw it. And my style is mostly the animals to the side, facing to the left. And I think that the sloth is kind of ugly from the side. They're just hard to draw. I'll probably do it eventually if enough people want it. But for now, I'm not even batting an eye at it again. Because I made it so like he was face to the side, and then I was like, it doesn't fit like enough uniform with the rest of them, and it doesn't match my brand, which you'll hear me say way too much. So, yeah. I do also have animals that are front POV, and the only reason why I have front POV is so I can animate them. And I do most of the front POV by hand when I do have them. And there are docs that have the animals in the front POV, so they are consistent. But oftentimes I forget to go to the file itself because there's so many files. I go to just my Instagram and I look reference back to the animal. Yeah, I know, I'm great at this. So yeah, that is my big problem with all my animals there. But yeah, feel free, mention, like, come and tell me what you want to see, because I just love to have more animal ideas instead of just coming up with them. I got a bunch of books from the library not too long ago to do that, so I could come up with a lot of different animals. It's like birds, toads, dinosaurs, and of course I got the bugs. Of course, I also do plan on, hold me accountable to this, I want to make a fly one, and I know that's really weird to say, but I think it would be really funny to just have like maybe like a housefly as a sticker. I think I'd love that, and it'd probably be part of my favorite ones. But I'm not doing that one just yet. I have to wait just a little bit, instead of just trying things out. So right now you are watching me draw this capybara print that I'm making. It will be on my shop on January 28th, in 4 different variant sizes. I am currently working on a series alongside with my moths. I will continue to bring that up because please check out my moths when they do release on February probably 1st. It will be the 1st, but still check them out because I'm super excited about them and I've spent so long working on them, and I'm making keychains about them, but I need support behind them so I can make the keychains. And I have a really cool idea for them. Anyways, I'm making these prints because I wanted to have a little bit more paper goods instead of sticker goods. And before I get super into my keychains, there are 3 available as of right now, which is the sea bunny, the sea sheep, and the mud skipper design. And there's about 5 of each. No one's really bought them yet. But currently I have one, and I gave one to my partner because I like him. Because he is my favorite. Don't tell the others I said that. And my mom got the sea sheep because she likes it because it reminds her of a succulent. And my grandma got the sea bunny. And then I think my friend also got the sea bunny because who doesn't love a sea bunny? But I'm planning on doing a lot of things that are paper goods, and I thought that it would be nice for people if they just want a little scenery of their silly little critter, and maybe I can make them into cards or desk mats along the way. And I realized I just need a little bit of like actual art instead of just my silly animal designs. And it's not really showing off my skill of art. If you don't like my style of art, please go somewhere else. Because I've worked really hard to get this style of art. It is a choice. I mostly draw in realism. I'm not amazing at it. I've never gone to art school. I did a design program in high school, but it was not an art class. It was how to use these programs. And I wanted to learn how to draw cartoonish. And I'm not really good at drawing cartoonish because I overthink everything. So this was me having to calm my brain down and choose to make an active decision to make something simple and be sure on what details I wanted the animal to have. So I had to actually make like my style in art, which is my first time actually doing that. And I think that this turned out really good for that. And yeah, I'm kind of proud of it. And I don't say that very often. Besides, with all of my stickers, I really like my stickers. I spend hours making them, and I know they look simple, but they are not. They take hours to make. I draw them, like, and then I have to like put them into Illustrator by hand, and that process takes 2 hours alone. And have to do research. It's so much work. You don't get it. You probably do. You are probably also an artist. If not, it's a lot of work, and please respect other artists. So, back to what I was saying. I also plan on having, besides the prints, are informational cards that will go out with anytime anyone gets a sticker or a print or anything, so they can have information about the animal. If they don't already know about the animal and are obsessed about the animal, maybe it's a chance to take some effort to learn about this animal. And I know a lot of the animals I do have people already know a lot about, so I'm not really in a rush about it, but I do plan on doing it, and I plan on doing it very soon. I'm just deciding on if I want them to be a notebook card or if I want to make them super cutesy, that they're stickers, so they can be freebies, or if they're going to be on a Patreon that I will make in the future that are specials. And the cardstock will be still a freebie. I also have little name tag stickers that will also be freebies with the animal, but again, it's a product, so with different designs on them. So with each animal, there would be something different. So you'll have to give me some time on that. The first few people who buy from my shop probably won't get this, but hopefully in the future, it will be something that people look forward to when they buy my products. And who doesn't want to bring a little bit of awareness? And I've also run into the problem, my mom consistently forgets the sea sheep's name, or she looks at this animal and she calls it the wrong thing. I know it's common because not everyone's going to be like, oh, that's a buffalo, not a bison. It's a buffalo. No, my design is American bison, okay? According to my research, there are no, buffaloes that are native to America. They are mostly, an Asian animal. They're like the Asian water buffalo, which makes sense. So the bisons aren't American animals. There's no specific reason why I did that. For being American and I'm from America, it's actually because I had a childhood stuffed animal of the bison. So I wanted to have my childhood stuffed animal as a design. But back to it, my mom calls it a buffalo a lot, and I called my childhood stuffed animal a buffalo all the time. That's why its name is Buffy. But no, it's an American bison. They're different animals, and people need to realize that some of these animals are different animals because if you're not aware of that, there's some species of animals that are going extinct while other species are perfectly fine. I think they need to have awareness to them too. Some of the seals are going extinct while others are perfectly fine, like the Harper seal. Their status is perfectly fine. That's not the word for it, but they're not worried at all. So that's mostly, half of the reason I do the things I do is I want people to be aware of the animals, not just look at them and go, aw. And I know that some people and the animals that are popular and the ones that I have, people know about because people spread a lot of awareness about them because they're cute, and who doesn't want to learn about something that you already like? But what about the other animals that you might find cute but aren't popular? And then some of the information is kind of hard to get to on the internet nowadays, and you can't really trust all of it. I know you can't trust me. I am an 18-year-old who did not special in biology or anything to do with animals. But why not find it in one place that's entertaining and cute? So let's talk about my animal designs, okay? I'm super excited. I love them, all of them. And I'll have a little secret for you at the end of this little rant here. It's not the end, but it's at the end of this rant. So I have 13 animal designs. I have the American bison, which is a new release as of a couple weeks ago. I've had it drawn for, I think, a month now, but it's only been released in the past couple weeks. I ran out of sticker paper, and I switched what sticker paper I was using, so I had to wait for that to come in, and my Cricut was broken, which we finally fixed it after 2 years. 2 years of it being broken. So, honestly, I'm excited for that. Cricut Help was only supportive after the past couple of times because I've bothered them so many times because it got on my nerves. So what happened was it kept cutting my stickers in an offset. So instead of all of the outline that I make in Illustrator before I import it into my Cricut, it would print it, it would cut it out so it was wonky and one section would be bigger than the other. And I can't promise that it's not 100%, okay? Now it's mostly consistent, like to like I'd say a point 5 to 10. The ones that I do sell, I try to like keep them within that range. But we thought the problem was mostly like the software. I waited a year for that, and then I contacted them again because I got frustrated 2 months ago, and then they said it was something else I forgot. But that also wasn't the problem. And I tried it again, and then it turned out that it was the cartridge thing that came with it that holds the blade. Turns out that there's a problem with the magnet in it, that this is actually a common problem. And I thought that it was just a like software issue, but it's true that it kind of was an issue for other people at a different time, but mine was just a different reason that it was acting so weird. That, and fun fact, Cricut can't cut on glossy material because it can't see its cut lines. So you have to like print on matte material, or I've learned this really fun trick that I can put like mask tape, but like the clear kind, but like not the glossy kind over top of my gloss sealant stuff, and it works so well. It's so nice. Anyways, back to it. I have the Atlantic puffin, which is one of the first, I think, 4 animals that I designed, and it's not one of my favorites, and I don't think anyone else really enjoys it. This year, I made a Thanksgiving post with him saying, "I'm glad I'm not him," referring to a Thanksgiving, and people don't really like comment on it, but that's fine because I don't actually get a lot of views on there. But like compared to like the seal, otter, capybara, or kiwi bird, or even the mud skipper post I have, the the Atlantic puffin is actually really low on that list, and I hope to find someone who actually has love for these silly animals. And if you do, I don't care if you buy the thing, maybe give me a like or a comment saying that you like the silly Atlantic puffin. I also have axolotls, which are live on my website. I've yet to make the post on my Instagram about them yet because I've been trying to work on reels. I'm trying to come up with a way to incorporate the 3 colors, because for the axolotls, I was like, heck with it. We will add the different color variants because that's the fun part about the axolotl. That's why it became popular from Minecraft too, is because they come in so many different colors. I have pink, yellow, and black. They're very common axolotl colors, so I gave you those colors. I have my capybara, which is like, this print is of the capybara, and there are 13 capybaras, by the way, inside of this print, all doing silly little things, including the babies. Okay? And then I have the harbor seal, which I've referenced too many times, the kiwi bird, which is one of my favorites because I wish I could have a pet kiwi bird. I have the common mud skipper, which you know by now is my favorite so far. And I know I shouldn't admit that. And then I have my platypus, which is also a lovely one. It is, well, it was my favorite before I did the kiwi, I think. I love him. And then I have my quokka, which is one of the happiest animals on earth. It is also part of my new release. I did 4 in this new release, and that's the 3rd one that I did. And then I have the river otter, which actually my partner requested, and I made for him. Okay, then I have the sea bunny, which I assumed everyone liked because there was like a big fad going on with the sea bunny, because everyone's like, oh my god, it's a sea animal and it's a bunny. So I thought people would like that. And to be honest, I've noticed, because I go through hashtags a lot when I'm putting hashtags on my post, there's not actually as many posts for sea bunnies as I expected. Then I also have the sea sheep, which is lesser known somehow, but they're both animals made after sea animals, I guess, like sea animals named after animals, and they're also kind of popular for like things online to pair with the sea bunny, so I did them together, plus I liked them, and yeah, so I have a keychain of the sea bunny, the sea sheep, and the common mud skipper. So if you like those animals, check them out, and why not? Why not? They're double-sided, and they're really adorable and high quality. I have them on my keys. I also, for my 13th animal, I have the veiled chameleon. And that, of course, is my 4th new release animal, which I actually posted on my Instagram first. It is because I actually drew that one first, I did this list by alphabetical order. So he technically was my first, and then the American bison, then the axolotl, which I had the sketch for a long time before I was planning on making it, but I haven't gotten around to it because I decided to make the mud skipper because I liked him and because I had a wonderful idea for a TikTok post, which you can see if you check out my TikTok. It is the mud skipper and the Clodsire, which is my favorite Pokemon, and that's why the mud skipper is my favorite animal in my list, is because the Clodsire is my favorite Pokemon. And they are dancing together, which got me my most views for anything I have posted online. So I'm kind of grateful for that, and gotta love the Clodsire. I don't know, I'm a Pokemon nerd, and I don't know what you expect from me, and I ramble about Pokemon. I also have, I think, like 6 dinosaur designs. There's the Ankylosaurus, Brachiosaurus. I say that wrong. I know I say that wrong. There's the Blinkiosaurus, the Diplodocus, the Euphrasia. Oh, there's more than 6. My bad, girl. the Euphrasia, the Triceratops, the Velociraptor, the T-Rex, and I think that's it. Don't call me a bad parent. And they're lovely, and I love them. And why wouldn't you want to look at the dinosaurs? And that's where it started. Fun fact, it started with my T-Rex design. I made it in my class because I thought it was funny. It was for a bookmark, which I still have a copy of, and I have a copy of most of my things from that design class referring to anything funny little critters related, including all of my business mock-ups that I did for a project, which I never ended up doing because I worked with some of my classmates, which one is still one of my best friends to this day, on a project which was called Buddy Love, and it was a boxed series of crochet animals that were branded kind of like Build-A-Bear, and they had little birth certificates, but they had personalities and they had names, and my character was a brontosaurus named Sock, and it came inside of little milk cartons, and it was so cute, and I love it, and it has a place in my heart, and that's why the Brontosaurus is my profile picture and what I interpret myself as, because Sock is me, and Sock loves the stars and the sky, and I think that's also funny because, they got hit by asteroids. But that's where my brand, colors, and icons and silly things came from, is because of Sock. And it is where it's not where I started, because where I started was the T-Rex and with all my dinosaurs. But it's important to me. My senior year, I did finish and do all the things for the funny little critters. I made business cards. I revamped them this year because I was showing my teacher some work that I was doing now, and I thought it was cool to have a new business card, but they don't have funny little critters on them. Really, it's mostly focused on me, so I will not show you guys this. So yeah, and as you can see, there's some love there. Now for my little secret, my secret I told you about earlier. I have a sketchbook full of dinosaur designs, and I plan on releasing more prehistoric designs. I have a megalodon that is in the secret, and he will be released soon enough. And I think it's a mylodon, which is a big version of a sloth. It kind of looks like a capybara, but it's like a sloth, and it's a ground sloth. And I have other things, but inside my sketchbook, I'd say there's 13. You can tell by now my guesstimating is really, really bad, but there's a lot of designs for dinosaurs, and they have a room in my heart. Besides one animal, one dinosaur I specifically dislike, and it is the pterodactyl. It is not a dinosaur. It is a flying lizard, and they lied to us. They lied to us all of our childhood, and pterodactyls aren't even a real animal. There's no dinosaur with the name pterodactyl. So that's why he's not posted in my collection of original dinosaurs, besides the megalodon. And yeah, so because those ones are also not dinosaurs, so they're not posted because they're not dinosaurs, they're just prehistoric animals. But yeah, okay, they are not even a real animal. And the dinosaur train failed me. They failed me telling me that it was real. To be honest, I don't even think they said it was a pterodactyl, but I thought it was a pterodactyl, and it, it's a sore spot. It's a sore spot for me. But so my collections will range from all kinds of different animals. From their extinction status will be a layer, which I'm trying to figure out how I can organize that on my website, but it's also going to be an interesting way to organize them with all of the animals I have. So there might be a release by like status that I'm gonna go by once I get probably to like 25, which I'm close. I'm really close to 25 designs. I will have to start releasing them by sections once I get like more than 25. I mean, and like they'll be maybe through seasons and stuff, but I want to have them arranged by extinction status to bring awareness to animals that are extinct, but it also makes it so it's kind of harder to find animals that are like in the same habitat or they are the same species because again, as I said earlier, there are extinct versions of the seals and there are ones that are like perfectly fine, like absolutely fine. So I need to figure that out, and I want to bring awareness to that. But it also is a great way to incorporate the extinct animals because I enjoy researching those, and it is where I started. I also plan on having farm animals. I do have designs for 2 farm animals, actually 3, which are not posted anywhere. They are from my class, and I need to revamp them because they're fluffy animals. And fun fact, drawing fluffy things the way that I do and in Adobe Illustrator kind of makes these lines that are really weird that are like edges and like sharp like lines that just go through the animal, but they're not like lines. They're just like how it like does it. I don't know how to explain it, and my teacher even went, I don't know what that is when we try to fix it. And if you look at my cats sitting in things collection, which are not for sale anymore, they are just a post on my Instagram. I do have some. Okay, they are poorly like made because I cut them out by hand because that's where this started. Is I cut things out by hand, and they're on sticker paper that are pretty good and durable because that's what my class like had to print on, but they like scratch off in a couple of months, knowing from experience. So yeah, but you can see like if you look close enough that some of them have like weird edges through them. And I have a Highland cow and a Americana chicken. It's a black version because I thought it was cute. And I really like Highland cows, and I dream of having a little farm with animals and cows and stuff. And they have these lines through them, or like super like jagged edges, for no reason, to be honest. No reason because it's not like really what I'm doing. It could be mostly because like if you, I guess, make like the corners too tight, it makes the line longer for some reason, and I think I just have to like go and round them instead, which will take a bit. But I want to focus on a little bit of wild animals, and then I'll go into the domestic animals. And yes, I consider a cow and a chicken a domesticated animal because they are. So they'll be farm animals, and I'd say maybe in 2 to 3 years, I will start making domesticated animals. I'm hoping in a couple months I'm actually going to make stickers of my own pets in case if anyone loves them as much as I do, and I hope you guys do. You guys can get stickers of my silly animals I do have, and then later on I'll start making just animal species from dog species, cat species, bring awareness to the cat species that there are that no one really knows besides like ragdolls and Maine Coons. I'm sure other people do know, but those are the ones that I know off the top of my head. And like dogs, cats, bunnies. I know that there's lizards, but lizards to me aren't domesticated properly. They'd be fine if you submit them into the wild. I guess it's release, but submit's good enough. But if you release them into the wild, they'll be fine. And frogs too. And I know that's like some people's like babies, and I respect that. But unless if they're like domesticated species that you cannot find in the wild, they will be in that release. But good for you. You're going to find them earlier than other people who want pictures of their pets. You can get a veiled chameleon now. You can get a capybara now because they're not technically domesticated. And you can get a kiwi bird. I know that no one really has pet kiwi birds because they're endangered and they're like New Zealand's animal. Okay, I know that. But you can get that one now. They're just super friendly. You can get the quokka now. Trying to remember. You can get your platypus now. I don't know if you can have a sea bunny. That would be kind of cool. I want a sea bunny. You can get that now. You can have a mud skipper. You can have those as a pet. You can get that now. But, and again, if you want another animal that's a wild animal, out and about, feel free to comment it. I also have some animals that are mythical. I also plan on doing more mythical animals, and folklore animals because some of those animals end up being real things. I don't remember what it is. I think it's like the platypus or something. There is animals that like are like mythical and like folklore that turn out to be real animals. So why not? But again, it's not going to be right now. I'm focused on the animals that I do have, making products and starting a like routine of posts, making a YouTube, building a following. And I know I could do that with a Mothman. I know I could, but right now I want to bring awareness to animals and have fun while doing it. And I have room in my heart for Nessie and things like that. But that will be a adventure for another day. But keep your eyes out, keep your ears out, and why not check me out? Okay, you can check out my website, Funny Little Critter. Okay, Funny Little Critter. There's no S on this. I know everything else has the S. This one doesn't have the S. I forgot when I bought the domain. The domain is the domain. I'm not changing it. And everything already has funny little critters, and that's hard to change. Okay? Some of the things are just really hard to change. And I like the name Funny Little Critters. So check out my website. Look at my Instagram. I post all of the time on my Instagram. I post on my story all the time. Sometimes you'll see my face in my story. I probably will not post my face by my own choice. But I am aware of the fact that if I do go to like any of the like shows to sell my art or things like that, people are gonna see my face anyways. So I'm just not gonna hide it. So why not? And then my TikTok has my animations on them. They're posted pretty much whenever I do them because I like exporting it from there because it like has the end brand thing and I like that. But I do have my own brand on it, and it's, in my opinion, the easiest way to add audios that are viral to other things. So you'll see my animations there, like as quick as you can. I have a Facebook. I know, I have a Facebook. It's connected to my like personal Facebook, so I don't know how I feel about that because it's like a business center thing. I don't think you can find me through it. You probably can because I follow it. So yeah, but I do have a Facebook. You can check me out there. I post the same things on there as I do Instagram and TikTok. And then I also have a Tumblr. They all go by the same name. That posts the same thing. I've decided I'm not going to post any of my animations on there because it exports them in terrible quality. And I don't want people thinking that I make terrible quality things. And the thing is, my animations are not amazing. I am kind of new to them. I don't really have patience for them. And I've been trying to do it for years, and I finally just said, I'm going to do it. So they're not great. But I don't want people thinking that they're bad because of something outside of my control. And if I can figure it out, I'm going to post it there. But if you want to check it out, it's also Funny Little Critters there too. I have a Blue Sky. I have one follower on there. I have no idea. I have no idea who it is. There's one follower, and it's no one I know. I don't have a Twitter. I'm not a fan of Twitter. Yeah, so there's also a Threads that's connected to my Instagram. All of these things are connected besides TikTok, so they're really easy to just post the same things on. But yeah, so feel free to check me out. Please do. Thank you if you do like this and you want more content of this. Like and subscribe and comment any animals you want to see, any prints you want me to do right away, anything you want me to talk about, which I don't think you have anything you want me to talk about. In the next couple videos will probably be more rambling of random things, and if you have any advice you'd like to give me or anything you can give me, please, you can DM me on any of my social media like platforms. There is an automated message, just ignore it, and or just post it in the comments below for everyone else to see. And I appreciate you all. Thank you. Bye.